welcome to Exposed Urban TV. I'm Corey Jackson, and I'm here with Ari Kalogeropoulos.
You got it right.
I did it. So Ari's here. He's our social media guru for the evening, and we're going to be talking about some things related to social media, to mobile technology, and how just the world is becoming a lot more social through all of these tools, and it's really exciting.
Yeah.
He's going to be standing in line tomorrow to buy his next
iPad 2. Yes. I'm always in line.
We're filming on March 10th, so tomorrow is iPad 2 day. We're very excited, both of us. So anyway, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. And we are in a world now that is completely social, but it hasn't always been that way. You were talking to me about a site that you had developed a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, when I started out, it was around 98, and basically the whole concept of what I got into web for was kind of a social thing, because I run a very niche community site for Greek people.
Yeah.
So it's called Worldwide Greeks.
Okay.
So basically, I was working web in the corporate world, so everything I would learn, I would kind of bring home, and I would try to do for myself.
Yeah, cool.
So I was like, you know what, I'm Greek, we do a lot of Greek events and club nights, so why don't I just try to apply my knowledge, for myself, for the Greek community. But as you mentioned, I tried to launch a social network about 10, 11 years ago.
Before Zuckerberg?
Way before Zuckerberg.
Wow.
Zuckerberg was in his diapers
We
back
get
then.
the real Mark Zuckerberg right here.
If I could just get a tenth of his money, I'd be very happy. But I guess timing plays a big role in this type of thing. So when I started it out, I would allow people to make profiles. Very simple. I mean, and nothing like today. But your profile, a picture, kind of like what you're about, your bio. And I would get calls and emails, and people would be like, why would you want me to put my full name on the internet? I mean, people will see it and stalk me or try to steal my identity. Why would you want me to put pictures of my little children? And I was like, well, I mean, I thought it was cool, but maybe I was wrong. And for a long time, I thought I was just dumb. I was like, maybe this isn't the right role for me. But I was always interested in the tech, so I kind of put it aside, and I didn't pursue people interacting and putting their info online, but I did still stick with the events and picture galleries. If I'm not mistaken, and somebody out there could correct me, I do believe I was the very first person in Boston to do online pictures.
Oh, okay.
I've done lots of research,
of individuals?
Of events and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know of any other site in this area that has done that before me.
All right, so that's a challenge.
So if anybody could prove me wrong, 99.
99. All right. You might be right. So let's talk about timing. So it was bad timing then. Obviously, we're in a good time right now.
Very good time.
Are we headed towards a bad time again? What do you think? Is it one of those things that goes in waves where people are protective of their identities versus out there? Or are we on a upward trend for the rest of...
So my opinion on this is that right now, social media is like a hot, cool, new thing that everybody's jumping on board with.
Right.
When something becomes... this fad, this cool, this hot new thing, everybody's on board. Where it goes is the very important part. And we actually discussed this before. They call it social media. What I personally think, and again, people could argue this, and Corey, you could...
There's comments right on the blog, so argue away.
Okay, so in my opinion, social media is kind of making us not as social as we once were. And I'm just going to use my own personal experience.
I have coworkers that agree with you. I don't, but I have coworkers.
When I was younger and going out, if I wanted to hear a song, a hot new song, I had to go to some event or some club night to listen to the music the DJ was playing. If I saw a girl that I liked, I'd have to go out and find her or ask my friends who she was so I could go meet her. Now, any song anybody's interested in, they just type it right up. Any girl they want to meet, they Facebook.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to talk to the person.
True.
So when I was younger, we all got together because there was nothing else to do. we all talked, we socialized, we went out, we had to physically walk up to somebody and talk to them. Now I feel like, everything's so, it's like an instant gratification society now, and social media plays a big role in that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying social media is all bad, because social media serves many good purposes, especially for business, especially for what we do. But I think, in certain ways that it kind of desocializes us.
So I don't disagree with you that in certain ways it has desocialized us or made us do less of the activities we used to do to sort of get out in the world. But you can't deny that these tools are making it easier for you to connect with more people more of the time than you normally would.
Okay, so
your family or your friends that you never would see.
Okay, so now you just kind of flip the coin.
Okay.
Now we talked about the con.
Yeah.
Now the pro is what you just brought up.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I ordinarily would never talk to, all of a sudden I'm socializing with because of social media.
Right.
So I think in the immediate kind of circles, it desocializes you, and in a distant, far off circle of people that you maybe not will see on an average day-to-day, week-to-week basis. In that sense, it really brings you together, because I talk to people from my grade school.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for social media, I never would have seen them or talked to them again.
A lot of people that you didn't want to reconnect with.
So you know what? It's we're gonna find tons of pros and tons of cons. I mean, I think it's all in where your specific passion lies. Do you want to talk to all these people? Yeah. Cool. Do you not want to talk to people? Well, maybe it kind of stinks. But all in all, as a tech person, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
I know I say it kind of desocializes you, but I think when you're really young and you're kind of getting into your own, you really need to get out there and talk to people.
And you don't think that Facebook and those tools make it easier to sort of edge into that, or is it?
I guess it could, but I grew up without Facebook, and I wouldn't trade that up.
Yeah.
But I'm a tech guy, and I love, the web, social media, so.
Right. No, all good points. So let's talk about the technology that's making all of this possible. We talked a little bit about cell phones, iPads. You're getting an iPad 2 tomorrow. I probably am too. I'm going to get 2, one for my wife. So why is that an important aspect of social media?
That's a very, very good point. So if you didn't have the mobility, if you didn't have the smartphones out now, if you didn't have the popularity of the tablets, these very small devices that you can bring with you anywhere you are, and the mobile internet, I mean, obviously social media would just be really tough to pull off, because if you had to go home and sit in front of a desktop computer or even a laptop, it would be much, yeah. So now everybody, if you ever go out and you see any age bracket of 15 to 20 whatever, everybody's just, and
we were out the other night. Somebody took out their phone, and then all of a sudden, all of us had out our phone.
Exactly.
A bunch of 30 to 35-year-olds.
So on one tip, that again, desocializing. You're not talking to each other. You guys are on the phones, but
we're bringing hundreds of others into our social sphere in that moment. It's a phenomenal thing.
But
maybe then 10 more people will come to that restaurant as a result, which has happened here.
And that's true. You're right. Especially with the check-in stuff, the location stuff. Yeah. So the actual hardware and the hardware getting smaller, and the mobile internet allowing you to go anywhere and have access to everything in your pocket, that's definitely a huge step for why social media is becoming so popular. And in the future, I mean, I can only imagine it's going to get just so much more convenient and instant access to everything. And I would die without my iPhone.
Yeah,
so
I would too. Literally,
it's like an extension.
Yeah, it feeds me.
Yeah,
I think somehow. I'm not sure how, but it does.
But it's so weird, because I know when I'm home and doing whatever, I would die without this thing. But then when we talk about it, I'm always talking about it's desocializing us.
But see, I don't even follow your own advice.
I'm a walking contradiction.
So let's talk about. So you just said something interesting, which is something that I've been really thinking about lately. Is when you're sitting at home on your couch and watching TV, do you have your phone in your hand? Yeah, phone or an iPad in your hand. You're tweeting about whatever you're watching, maybe, or you're just doing other stuff. Yeah. I found it interesting during all the award shows to watch sort of the Twitter feed go by. During the Apple keynotes to watch the Twitter feed go by. It's really. I think it's adding to the dialogue that we used to not be able to have with people of like interest.
That definitely is a big plus. I mean, being able to get real-time information from thousands of people, and there's a truth to it. Before we used to rely on the media to basically tell us exactly what we should know, But now, like, you know, there's all these people, your friends, strangers, whatever. There's a truth to it that you can't lie. I mean, maybe 2 people are lying, but like 500 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people saying, wow, the Oscars were so boring. I mean, then I'm going to really believe that the Oscars were boring.
Yeah.
And they were pretty much this year.
Yeah, they were kind of boring. Although I agreed with most of the winners.
Yeah,
It was good in that way, but yeah.
And speaking of all this, I mean, Social Network.
Yeah.
You know,
what do you think of Social Network?
I thought it was a good movie. I mean, where Zuckerberg lived and started it is literally 10 minutes from my house.
Oh, really?
I was like, where was that guy? Why didn't I find him? Like, give him the 19,000 instead of.
You could have given him all your code.
No, my code. He would laugh at my code. But 19 grand to start Facebook, I would have given it to him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. I think all of us would have at this point. But who knew then?
In hindsight, yeah.
It is, you know?
But I thought the movie was good. I honestly didn't think it was like so spectacular for a great Best Picture and all that.
Neither.
I thought it was a pretty good movie, but just a regular movie.
Right. Yeah, same here.
I love David Fincher. But
I watched it the night before the Oscars.
Oh, you did?
That I had it in my brain when I was watching the Oscars.
Yeah.
You know?
But Jesse Eisenberg, I thought was a good actor. Yeah,
he did a really good
I
job.
liked him a lot.
Really embodied Mark Zuckerberg.
He did.
Is he like a hero to you?
No, I think the guy is a total goof. I mean, I respect what he's done.
Yes.
I totally respect what he's done. I think he's a very intelligent person, but he's the most awkward, weird dude.
Awkward.
And, you know, I guess you can't have everything.
Right.
He'll take his, like, whatever billions and I'm sure, I'm sure he really cares what I think.
Well, thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Phenomenal, and I really like the banter. I hope you come back and
Absolutely.
we can talk some more social media, some more technology.
Yeah, definitely.
Some more Worldwide Greeks. So check out worldwidegreeks.com, especially if you're Greek, but even not.
And if you're ever traveling to Greece or you like Greek food,
Greek music, Greek videos, all sorts of stuff on worldwidegreeks.com. And Urban Wine Project.
Urban Wine Project is another project we're working on. We're bringing social media to the wine world.
Awesome. That's phenomenal. They go together so well.
They do, very much so.
Talk about that with Cody as well. So thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for having me.
We're at Turbine Wine Bar, by the way. So if you haven't been there, it's in Lynn, Central Square, 56 Central Square. And we will see you next week. Follow us on Twitter, Exposed Urban.